What's up? And welcome to Really Fuck You Life series, I guess I'll call it. Because it's going to be an everyday fucking thing with me. So, this is just today, right? But let me give you a little backstory about the state insurance. Pretty much basically, all of a sudden, decided last year that they were going to start cutting people off December 31st for insurance if you didn't submit a 6-month thing, but nothing was really sent that you had to do this 6-month thing. And what it was, I want to say maybe June, July, or something like that. It was like submitted over. So it's just a sheet that you're supposed to show for like documentation of how much you made, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I submitted that form, and it was for Amazon Flex. And the way that Amazon Flex works is there's no statement. It's not like how a normal typical job is, because you're on like a 1099 and you're your own independent contractor. So the only thing you have is every single week you have an earnings thing. So you take that earnings, you got to add it up, and then you got to submit it. Well, I did that, and the state said, nope, you can't do that. That isn't good enough. So you have to send your taxes from 2022. I said, well, 2022, I made a lot more money because I didn't get involved in a hit and run on April 11th of 2023. So I don't need, really that insurance, because I'm making money. I can afford to pay for insurance, yada, yada, yada. Well, they still didn't accept it, so then I submitted it, and they said, okay, let's try another way. Let's have you do this long form, submit for Uber, Lyft, Flex, and all the other places you've done. So I did that, and I think I submitted it it had to be done by January 8th. Okay, I submitted that. They didn't call me, didn't do nothing. I waited 2 weeks. I called them up, waited a total of 6 hours on the phone because I had to call them 3 times because it was over a 2-hour wait. And by the time they would have gotten to me, they closed at 4 o'clock. So right at 4 o'clock, after waiting an hour and like 45 minutes, they disconnected the call and said, please call back tomorrow. Okay, that happened 3 times. Okay, so yeah, I'm at this point and there's nothing you can do. It's the fucking state and the government. So what the fuck can you do? So I again call back and say, okay, I've been waiting for like a total of 6 hours to get through to you guys. I've been trying for 2 weeks to try and get a hold of you. And they said, okay, well, you had to put in how many hours you worked. Really? Okay, fine. I'll resubmit it. So February 1st, I resubmitted it because my medications are running out and I needed to get my medications. One of them being a thyroid medication, in which I can't be off that thyroid medication because I wind up getting really sick, and then I can't work, and then I can't make money, and then it's a whole vicious cycle bullshit thing, right? So I fill out that form February 1st with the hours worked. They said that's all I need to do. I submitted it. I go in today, February 12th, because they said it takes 10 days to process that documentation. I go in to go get my insurance, or the medication, and they said, oh yeah, one of your medications is $200, and the other 2 medications we can get you for about $32 with GoodRx. I'm like, really? And they're like, well, what's going on with the state? I said, I'm waiting on them. Well, can't you tell them to hurry up? This is what the pharmacist says to me. No. Well, can't you call them? I have. And I've wasted 12 hours of my life waiting on stupid fucking hold for them to call me back just to say I needed to fill out more information, and they wouldn't accept this kind of document. Okay, fine. Now I want some ice cream, right? So I go to Pick and Save in Racine, Wisconsin to pick up ice cream. They're all sold out. So then I have to drive. Well, I had to go to Kenosha anyway. So then I had to drive to another one to try and get ice cream. And that's when I came up with, you know what? I'm just going to do this series because on Saturday, this is the shit that happens to me. On Saturday, I go to Taco Bell with a friend of mine because we went to the movies and we were going to watch a second movie. He gets his order, no problem. I order 2 soft taco supremes instead of the meat, chicken, and a Dorito Loco Supreme instead of the meat, chicken. Okay? I get the order. The Dorito Loco Supreme has no tomatoes, no sour cream on it. And neither do the Soft Taco Supremes. So I go up there and I say, okay, can you remake these? You didn't make them right. They said, okay. They remade them, but put meat on them this time. I said, okay, you got meat on them this time. Can you remake them again, please? Third time, they remade them again without tomatoes or sour cream. I said, this is the fourth time you have screwed up this order. My friend is already done fucking eating. Are you serious? And they're like, well, do you just want us to put tomatoes on top of them and sour cream? I said, no, you're going to remake them. What the fuck? This is the shit that happens to me, and I'm really fucking sick of it. So whenever you kind of complain about you having a bad day, this is what happens to me every single fucking day.